Welcome to the Geekatorium Podcast, the podcast where we talk about, media stuff, pop culture stuff, things that we're watching. And we're going to talk about something that I haven't even watched the latest episode for. We are going to talk about Daredevil. And listen, I've tried my best to keep up with this, but there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff to watch these days. So we're going to talk around it, but maybe not about the last episode because I haven't watched it yet. But we are also going to talk about Scrubs because we have watched the season finale of that. I think it was beautiful, personally. We're going to be talking about Maul as well. Oh, I didn't mention this earlier, Matt. We're also going to talk about Malcom in the Middle because I have watched that as well.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I have watched that as well. So, and you're going to talk about a couple of other things as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Invincible.
Invincible. There we go. So, all of that to look forward to. Here, two middle-aged men give you their opinionated views on the stuff that they are watching. So stick around for that. We're going to play a little intro song, and we're just going to sit here and look awkward. You ready for it? Here we go. Not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. No, I have no affiliation with the Lucasade.
Other brands are available. I've always wanted to say that.
Come on, this is YouTube. This isn't the BBC.
Yeah, this is very true. And I still haven't got my stack of papers, by the way. I tried to do it with an iPad. It doesn't have the same feel. So
it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Well, one day we'll have the budget for you to have a stack of papers.
A budget for a stack of paper. But paper is a rare commodity these days, my friend. Who actually uses paper these days?
It could be like, can you imagine if it ended up like Star Trek, where you just had a pile of pads on the table? Like Janeway did. Just a pile of pads.
Look! I've got that right now. I've got a Kindle sitting on top of an iPad. I've got another iPad up there I could literally add to the list. Oh my word, I'm living in Star Trek. Oh my!
I've just realized I've got two smartphones and an iPad mini here. So yeah, that's kind of the same thing. We are all Janeway.
Oh, except I need some coffee now, but I can't. Otherwise, I am going to stay up all night if I do that. So
we could do an all-nighter podcast, mate.
Oh my word, could you imagine? No, let's not do that. Do you know? I don't have enough disk space, and have you seen how expensive memory and RAM is these days?
Oh, topical, Rick. Topical.
Oh, I know. I stay on top of these things. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm a little tired. You wouldn't believe what I've actually been doing the last 2 weeks.
Go on.
I've been working at the Ideal Home Show.
Oh, the Ideal Home Show.
Yeah.
What? How? Why?
I was doing drum demos. I was playing the drums and getting people to be interested in drums for their home.
Do you hate your housemates? Play drums.
They're electronic drums, so
somehow they're more annoying. Like, hear me out. Like, I love them. Don't get me wrong, and I want them. But it's just like, rather than hearing boom boom, which you're like, okay, I can accept it. I'll get around it. It's just, and you just hear this like constant and it's somehow a little bit more irritating.
Yeah, no, I get that. But for me, my fitness tracker has never been so proud of me for playing drums every twice an hour. I was doing a little performance.
That's incredible.
Twice an hour. I bet you won't be able to guess the song that I chose.
Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
No, bear in mind this is the Ideal Home Show, so it's not like rock people that are going to be there. So think a lot more mainstream and a lot more recent.
Okay, Viva La Vida by Coldplay.
No.
Okay,
you're not gonna get it. I've been playing Where Is My Husband by Ray, and I gotta say it's really fun to play on the drums. It's really, really fun because it's basically the same beat the entire time, so I can be creative.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
I've basically been doing my own Drumeo episodes every day. What beats can I do over the top of this?
I'm so happy for you. Well done.
But that's what I've been doing. What have you been up to?
being a dad.
No, I've seen what you've been doing. Tell the people on this podcast what side hustle you've created, like side hustle podcast you've created.
That one, the other podcast.
I love it. I've been telling people about it, and just the title alone makes me so happy for you.
You're right. I'm cheating on this podcast. I have another podcast on the side. Just like, I tell people, some people have sheds. I have another podcast.
How many podcasts do you have? See, no one says that about like my guitars.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
But I figured, like, I'm in my 40s and I have a microphone, so people have got to hear what I got to say. Like,
of course.
I have created another podcast called, so there's a few things going on here. So let me set the scene and the stage. For the last 16 months or so, I have been like really working hard on my other channel, like my other YouTube channel, my own personal YouTube channel. And about 16 months ago, I pivoted from I tried to do vlogs for a while, and then it was just like, whatever. And then I basically went into like just talking about Star Trek. And initially it was like geeky stuff. And then eventually it was like, no, I'm just going to talk about Star Trek because I love Star Trek. So I've spent like 16 months like sort of making a video a week about Star Trek. I did all the reviews about Starfleet Academy and all that. Now, lovely. Just because I can now drop this in on that channel, I made YouTube Partner, which is lovely that I made that YouTube Partner from just talking about Star Trek. So I'm going to continue talking about Star Trek on that channel. My last video,
monetize those opinions.
Yeah, well, my last video is 5 things you probably didn't know about Star Trek Generations. So I could put a link to it on this video, like up there. I can put a link to it on this video, which I think I will. But I did that, and I figured like there's, because I'm talking about Star Trek a lot. One of the things that I very much looked forward to when I knew I was becoming a dad. So like when when my partner was like, "Oh, you're gonna be a dad," I was like, "Yay!" I was like, "Oh my god, I get to share stuff I love with my kid. I get to indoctrinate him in certain things." Did you know he knows all the words to Bowling for Soup's 1985?
Oh God. Your poor wife.
I've introduced him to like the Foo Fighters and Green Day and Bowling for Soup and Blink 182 and all of that. But the other thing that I love is, of course, Star Trek, as I've just said. So I was always looking forward to the day that I'd introduce him to Star Trek. Now, I figured it would actually be a few more years down the line, because Star Trek's quite, especially that first season of TNG as well, like Conspiracy, where the guy's head blows off, and like
it's dark.
It's pretty dark. Like, and it's like it goes between like, this is suitable to kids to not all, but I was also like a 4-year-old, their attention span is not enough for a 45-minute episode of Star Trek. Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest.
It's true.
However, these last 10 years have given us such a wide range of Star Trek series. Like, we've got everything from Discovery to Scouts. But I've started a new podcast where we are watching. I'm going to introduce him to all of Star Trek eventually. So we're going to watch everything in Star Trek together. Okay. And we've started on Star Trek Prodigy, which is a fantastic series if you haven't watched it yet. It's ridiculously good for a kid's show. Like, and it's I've said it before, but it's Voyager season 8, and 9. So it's really worth watching. And I've called it My Next Generation.
Such a good name for a podcast. And considering what the subject matter is, so good. It's so good.
So the first episode is out. I'm not going to lie. I think the second episode is going to be a lot better in terms of, like, I wasn't 100% sure of the structure and the format. Mm-hmm. Now that I've put it out there and listened back, I'm like, okay, now I know what I want to do instead. So tomorrow we are watching 2 more episodes together, and I'm sticking a microphone on him while we are watching it to try and catch these little things that he says throughout it. And then he'll come here and we'll sit down and we'll talk about the show and what he liked and stuff like that. And then he'll give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down for each episode that we watch. And that's the whole podcast, is that we're going to go through all of Star Trek together. So the first season, and I'm going to do it by seasons because obviously there's so much Star Trek to do. So the first season is going to be season 1 of Prodigy. We're working our way through. So tomorrow I'm recording episode 2 of the podcast where we're watching episodes 3 and 4 of Prodigy. And hopefully that'll be out by Monday if people want to listen to that as well. So My Next Generation, that's my other.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, indoctrinating my kid. So
Amazing.
what have we? Shall we talk about what we've been watching?
Yeah, well, let's start with this thing that you haven't quite fully.
Yeah, because I still want to talk about it because there's stuff that's happened in Daredevil that I think is wicked. Like
it's been really, really good. It's been
this season's amazing.
Good. Yeah,
this season also
started a bit slow, but that's fine. That's okay.
If you consider like the political landscape of America right now, this was filmed before all of that. You're just like
crazy. It's utterly crazy. And mate, I'm not saying that like it's gonna get more. So the episode that you've not seen, like I will say that the most recent episode is very good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. But what it is, it's the big setup for the final push.
Right.
It really is just like, okay, when we're about to put our final pieces in all of the places and just watch them go. That's how this episode has felt. It's like, okay, this is being set up, this is being set up, this is being set up, so it's almost like it's a bit of relief after the episode before it, which obviously ends in a really sad way.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
I say sad. She was evil.
It's such a weird thing though, because it's like
she was evil.
She was. I think there was a point where she might not have been.
She's the reason Foggy's dead.
Yes,
she's the reason Foggy's dead. So like we shouldn't do.
She's the reason Foggy's dead. It's interesting hearing Bullseye wanting to try and make up for it, but he's still being like evil. Like,
well, he's and it's something that I don't think they did in the Netflix show. They kind of made him that he's psychotic, yes, but not like obviously Colin Farrell levels of batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's getting to that level.
He's got a weird moral code, doesn't he? Like it's a really weird moral code.
But he has a different energy about him now as well. Like the fact that he is just like, I gotta kill him because that's gonna put things in balance. It's kind of like that. He's really flipped a switch. It's not like, well, this makes logical sense, even though it is a bit psychotic, but it's logic. He's like, oh no, this even more batshit thing is even more logical, and the fact that he's like hiding out in a church and all that. It's all like weirdly psychotically quirky. He's really gone to another level of mad. Yeah, that's really it.
I mean, the whole episode is great though, and I love the whole idea. Like Matt was ready to sort of abandon him. Like he was like, leave me, I'm gone. But then obviously went back for him.
I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you, kind of thing.
Yeah. But then actually realized, like, it's like actually that's not who I am. I am the person who saves people. Like
I was taking the page out of Foggy's book because they were doing that flashback with Foggy, and it's all about mercy. Foggy taught him mercy, so he's going to show mercy. So,
but then you compare and contrast that to Karen, who shot a dude, like just straight up murder. Like
Wesley.
Yeah, I mean she's been hanging around with Frank a little bit too much.
I don't want to say any more.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. I need to watch this episode. Right. Tell you what, pause the podcast, everybody. I'm going to go watch this for an hour and then we'll come back. No, don't worry. I'm going to watch it straight after the podcast and then
I'm just going to tell you everything. So what happens, Rick, is...
No, don't you dare.
I'll do it.
It's what I'm looking forward to, though, because like, what's the timeline for Spider-Man?
This is unclear. I do have a feeling that Spider-Man is going to do a couple of time jumps.
I think
I
so
reckon
too.
it will show some of the Fisk stuff. I reckon it will show some of the Thunderbolt stuff. I reckon the beginning will be like
A montage.
maybe a montage, like a voiceover of him going like, so ever since everyone forgot who I am, I've just been doing this, I've been doing this, I had to deal with this, and I had to deal with this. I kind of get the feeling that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That feels about right, actually. That just
It feels very Spider-Man for that sort of thing to happen. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to watching the episode eventually. No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it after I finish this, and then I'm gonna message you going like, "God damn it, should have waited." I was busy today, okay, and yesterday, so you know.
That's all right. That's all right. I mean, it was the day before yesterday, so
Okay,
that's
shut
okay.
up. Should we talk about something that we both watched?
Oh, Scrubs.
What do you think?
He can't do it all on his own.
There's no Superman.
He's no Superman. No.
What did you think?
I mean, it's heartbreaking what's happening. It works. It's very Scrubs.
It works perfectly.
It's very Scrubs. I'm surprised they never did something like this with Kelso in the original stuff.
Yeah.
Because that would have been intriguing. Like,
but I think
especially how much they don't like a person, but they also adore a person. But then what happens is, like, it's obviously complicated for people like probably Dr. Reed, who speaks very occasionally of like how much she didn't like him.
Yeah. I think I don't think they could have done it with Kelso. Just because I don't think he was close enough to any of the characters. He was a weird character because like he's obviously the head of the hospital and he had to like care about bottom line and money and stuff like that, and he would be borderline abusive to his staff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he always did seem to have. He would always have those moments where he'd be like caring. He'd show some compassion. You know, I mean, they're just moments. Whereas like the relationship between JD and Dr. Cox, and even Dr. Cox and Elliot and Dr. Cox and like all the characters, like, yeah, he's an antagonist, but he's also like he was that mentor, he was that father figure. There was always those glimpses of a friendship. There's a vulnerability. You understood that a lot of what he was doing was a front to deal with everything that he was doing with. So what I love right now is that what I've loved because they put this on him, it's completely stripped away. Like his front is broken. Like now
his bravado is gone. Yeah,
it's completely gone. And then they showed that. They literally showed that, especially the way, they complete with Jordan. That he was like, please don't tell Jordan that I didn't tell her. I'm scared. You know what I mean? And that little scene as well, where that took their relationship to another level as well. Like it just showed you how much like. They always made me laugh because they was like, you hate each other, but they don't. They care about each other so much.
It's just their personality is we're just going to be so horrible to each other, but that's a sign that we care.
Exactly. And I think like they could only have done this with Dr. Cox because of the relationship he had with JD, but also the relationship that he has with Dr. Reed. That relationship, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it existed with Kelso and the other characters as much. I think it would have been interesting to do, but I think it works more with Dr. Cox. And also with Dr. Cox being that character who had that bravado, like seeing him scared is like, when he comes in and he's like, I feel fine, I don't need to know my results. And then suddenly you breaks down like why he can't know the results, because it will break him. Like that's insane. And yeah, I just think they've done so well in this show, this whole season. I think, we've spoken about it and we've said it's got some ups and downs, some good episodes, some bad episodes, which is great because it means it's Scrubs. It means it's like, it's a good show because like some of it works, some of it doesn't. But overall, like I've got to the end of it going like, I need to know where this goes. But it works because every single person came back to it and they were their characters again. Like they weren't, they were a bit older, but I mean, especially Elliot. Sarah Chalk was like just was Elliot straight away again.
Straight away. I particularly, I do find like say the new characters, like all the new young ones and everything. I do find that I enjoy the show more when it's not about them. I am very much every time the old crew are making jokes, I'm laughing. I'm less laughing with the new bunch, but maybe that's because I haven't got to know them as much yet. I'm still getting there, but I don't think there's a standout from any of those lot. I think it's very sweet that the TikTok Doctor and the British Doctor are going to now get it on. I think that's all very sweet. And we've got like the angry guy who's handsome, the handsome guy. He's getting there for me. Like I think he might be my favorite.
Yeah, they've broken down a few walls for him now, like a few things where they've gone like, this is actually where he comes from. This is why he is. And I think the problem that we've got here, and I like correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think like the problem is 10 episodes. It's such a short time to get to know these characters, and because it's such a large cast, and it is a large cast, it's there is just not the time to have those like a full episode with the two surgeons, because I actually like them, the two girls
surgeons. They are great, and
they're fantastic.
They're going to move in together and all of this. But then
in Scrub in the older episodes of Scrubs, we would have had a full episode or two with them, like, and I feel like there's so many characters that they're struggling to sort of give them all screen time, and they are spending more time with the ones that we know because they're the ones that are going to guarantee people keep watching because they're the most developed ones. They're the ones that, fine. And I think like this is not just a problem with Scrubs. This is a problem with like all TV nowadays, I think, with a lot of TV shows nowadays. And like, I know there's an argument that like UK TV's always done these 6-episode series as opposed to a 24-episode season, but ultimately as well, like different types of shows. Like, and
the interesting thing is when Daredevil and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, when all of those were on Netflix, a common complaint was that 13 episodes was too long. For those shows. So it's interesting that it's like, 13 episodes is too long, but here we are saying 10 episodes.
But I think it depends on the show. They
are 20-minute episodes. There is that as well. They're like,
I think it depends on the show, because I think like a show where there's a large cast. So let's take Scrubs as an example, Starfleet Academy as an example as well, where there's a large cast where you could spend more time developing those. They need 13 episodes, 16 episodes, 20 episodes. They need more time. A show like Daredevil or Jessica Jones or Luke Cage needs shorter because it's more focused on like a smaller group of characters, maybe 1-2 characters telling a story. Like, and I get that. Like Pluribus is a really good example. Pluribus is like 8 episodes or something like that.
Okay.
And it's very focused on this one character. Yeah, there's more characters, but it's so focused on her. Any more, it would have been boring. But it's actually perfectly written for that sort of thing. And like, I say you can bring up like people bring up UK TV, and I've heard this argument before. People bring up UK TV. UK TV is always on a 6-episode series. And I'm like, yeah, but Red Dwarf had 4 characters.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Blackadder had 4 characters.
Yeah,
like In-Betweeners had 4 characters. Like all of these shows, I think the only exception I can think of with a large cast is Skins. I think like Skins had a massive cast. But even then, so like, British shows have always had smaller casts. So they've always had like maybe a lot of supporting characters, but the main cast is small and whatever. Whereas like American shows, so Friends example, 6 characters, plus huge supporting cast as well coming in. Scrubs, even back in the day, you had your trio, but then you had Dr. Cox, and then you had Kelso, and then you had all of the characters around there as well. Even look at Todd in this the comeback. The Todd in the older Scrubs had so much more. Appeared in pretty much every episode. Like in this one, barely anything.
Did you ever hear the joke that they? Did you listen to the Scrubs podcast? Did you?
No, I didn't know.
They joked about that Todd, because usually he would just have to say one thing in an episode and that was it.
Yeah.
And instead of saying that he was running lines, they would always say that he was running line. Where is he? Oh, he's just out there. He's just running line.
That's
They were always kind of mean to him.
actually brilliant. That's actually brilliant.
It's
But you see what I'm
lovingly-
saying? Like, I think like it depends on the show, and I think a show like this does need more, especially since they've introduced like the equal number of new characters, all these new doctors. I feel like it could have done a bit more. Like it could have done with a few more episodes, 5 more episodes, and it would have been, just to give those characters a little bit more room as well to get to know them. As it stands, I actually don't feel like it did. I feel like it's actually okay. Like I'm actually happy with what we got. And I have faith that in the next season, and I hope that they'll have more time with these newer characters as well. So
I think I heard that they've got a 5-season plan.
that's amazing. If they give it to them though, that's the thing. Like Starfleet Academy had a 4-season plan, and then we were only getting 2 of them. So
That's true. But it's this is widely received better than Starfleet Academy was across the board. They've got Disney behind it as opposed to Paramount, and Paramount is very much owned by a MAGA Muppet. So there's a lot of things going against Starfleet Academy, unfortunately.
Yeah. So no, but I enjoyed it. I think it was the right way to do a revival. Overall, I think it's, and as you said, I think the way that they've ended that season, it's so Scrubs. Do you know what? That's that whole episode as well, where it was like the 3 patients.
Very Scrubs.
It was so Scrubs. As soon as they did it, I went, "This is Scrubs. I've seen this before. I've seen this in Scrubs before." And it's done brilliant. It was done brilliantly, like absolutely done brilliantly. Loved it. So no, really, really happy. Shall I talk about another revival?
Go on, talk about another revival. What have you been looking at?
I watched Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, mate. I never really watched the original.
Did you not?
I saw bits and bobs and I kind of liked it, but any time it was on, I was just like, oh, this guy's in the military now. What's going on there? And I was always a bit confused with whatever was going on. All I knew was Bryan Cranston was always amazing in it.
Yeah, I mean, he's always amazing. And that's the thing. Like, he's such a good comedic actor. He's just a great actor, full stop. But Malcolm in the Middle was the one that sort of like drove him into sort of notoriety, and people going like, oh yeah, he can do stuff. But I think, correct, I don't know if I'm wrong here, but I feel like Malcolm in the Middle had the same problem that like Star Trek had back in the 80s and 90s, where it was kind of aired out of order and aired at funny times, and it was only on certain places.
Quite possibly. Yeah, no, quite possibly.
I don't know. But I know what you mean. Like, I remember I did watch it a lot. But I felt like, same as you, I'd be like, why is he in the military academy now? Or why is he here now? And like this, there's been some jumps here. And it wasn't until like streaming came along, and I actually managed to watch like every single. I think I got them on DVD first actually, and I watched every single episode, and I loved it. I love it. I think it's a great show. I think it's really well written and really funny. So I watched the revival, and it's really well done. Now this one is not going to be a like revival, loads of seasons. Now it was the idea was originally it's going to be a movie. It was just going to be a movie.
Okay. Yeah.
But it ended up being 4 episodes. And I actually think that was actually really good for it. It gave it a lot of time to breathe.
Is it done then? So it's those 4 episodes and that's it?
Yeah,
it's done. Oh, wow, okay.
I believe they just came back to do it once, and that was it. And I admire that. I think that's the right thing to do in this show. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of AI people online right now. People are making up posters for what could be because of Malcolm's daughter and stuff like that, and like none of it makes sense. Yeah. It's all stupid. And stop using AI. You're killing the planet. But I really, really liked it. Are you gonna watch it?
Probably not. No.
Okay, so if you haven't watched it, for those, it's a spoiler. Malcolm's estranged from his family. He's not like no contact, but sort of very much at a distance, and he sort of lies to them. But he's got a daughter now. He's split. He's not with the mother of the daughter anymore, but he's dating someone else. He's avoiding his family because he doesn't like who he is when he's around his family, all the anger and stuff like that, which is a big thing about sort of Malcolm in the Middle. And they're getting ready for like this big anniversary for Hal, for the parents. They're getting ready for a big anniversary. And it's really well done. So like they confront Malcolm, like, why are you not coming? Like, and it kicks off everything. Suddenly they're like, I have a granddaughter. They didn't even know they had a granddaughter. And like,
wow.
Yeah. So it all kicks off that. But it turns out like all the like Dewey's actually a successful musician who's touring Europe and like can't be there. And Reese is like in his 40s and he's like divorced again, and he's still a troublemaker, but he's still like he's a man now, but he's like still acts like he's a man child, which is quite interesting. And also I felt very seen. So it was like, I'm a man child. But one of the things that was like brilliant, because the way that Malcolm in the Middle, the original series, ended, the last episode, the last scene was Lois revealing that she was pregnant again.
Right.
Okay. Now there's an ongoing joke that she has 4 boys and all she ever wanted was a girl. Yeah. Okay. And then what happens is, flash forward, we meet this new child that was at the end of that scene. They're non-binary, so still hasn't got a dog. Just
bless.
Beautifully done, absolutely beautifully done. And it's really funny. It still feels like Malcolm in the Middle. I was really impressed with it, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's well worth watching. And I'm glad that it's, as I say, I believe it's just a one and done. And it should be a one and done. I think they've done enough now just to leave it alone and be like, we've told this story. Yes, there is room for them to do more, but I don't think they need to.
Sure. That makes sense.
And of course, Bryan Cranston is exquisitely good in this. There's a bit where he basically, there's a bit where he basically channels Walter White as well. Like you can see, but he goes on a drug trip at one point, and it's just I know, but it's hilarious and it's beautifully done. And there's this one bit where he meets like confident Hal, and this confident Hal just has shades of Walter White in him, like
okay,
and it's really well done. So enjoyed that, really enjoyed that.
Cool.
Well, what about you? What have you been watching? What have you been doing?
I've been very much catching up with Invincible, and what's really, really frustrating with like modern day, and social media, and the fact that everything that we use clearly all talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like I apart from like saying to you that I've been watching Invincible, I've not really been saying that to anyone else. I've just been watching Invincible and just keeping it to myself. But of course, my Facebook feed always throws up Invincible things. So what I've been discovering is actually how bloody close everything from Invincible is following the comics.
Yeah.
I didn't quite realize that. I thought they might be taking bits and bobs, but from what I've been like the comic pages that they've thrown out, I'm like, my God, this is almost word for word what's happening on the screen. Yeah. So I'm quite impressed with that to a degree. From that, I also found out that they are now currently 50% through the comic story. So they're still it could go on for 9 seasons, is what they're saying, if all goes well, if it all follows through. It's very good. There are some bits where you're just like, my God, this is just so much. Like, how many times can this city be destroyed by a single fight? It's just absurd to a degree, but at the same time, this is the world of superheroes and superpowered beings and everything. And the moral quandaries with should you kill to save hundreds of lives in the future, but what does it do to that person when they kill, and what kind of person does it make them? Like that, and is like, does that make them a good person to be a hero in the future, or is that setting them up to be a bad guy down the line? Like there's that really good sort of like moral quandary going on with that. and they've started getting rid of some of like the other characters. Like you're into season 3 now, did you say?
Yeah, I think I worked out that I'm actually a season behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you know that Mark and Amber is no longer a thing.
I'm gonna have to rewatch because I can't remember.
Yeah, but so she's not really in it anymore. Like I don't recall her being a lot in season. She was in season 3, but like 2 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
So that it's getting a bit cleaner. It's getting a little messier, and it's just like, right, these are the characters, these are the situations. Good. Walton Goggins as Cecil is so good. He's so good. His delivery and the timing of delivery, although I say timing of the delivery, they're editing his voice to be well timed, but it's still a good line read. It's like it's so good. It's so good. Like I hope that they actually do a live action version and he gets to play Cecil in the actual thing, because it would just be so good.
Yeah,
he's just weird enough to get away with it as well, like weird looking enough. Yeah, I like Invincible. I think I'm going to keep going. So,
good.
I've got this far. But yeah, I do recommend to keep watching it, because it's fascinating. And like Seth Rogen is a delight. J.K. Simmons, a delight. Some of the guest voice actors that just pop in, you're just like, what's going on here? Who's that? I'm sure I recognize that. And I look it up, and sure enough, it's Michael Dorn. So
yeah.
I know that voice, but why can't I figure it out? Oh, it's Michael Dorn. Of course it is. So yeah, it's brilliant. So that's but you've been playing games as well, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
There's a couple of things I've been playing. I spoke about it. Across the Galaxy, the Voyager game. I've been playing that.
Oh yeah, was
Into
that
the Unknown? Sorry, Into the Unknown. I've been playing that.
Into the Unknown.
It's good. I like it.
It is
really
good.
like it.
I think we did talk about it before.
Yeah,
but
I like that you can't save. Does that make sense? It just auto saves, so you can't be like, "Oh, go back." You know, it's like you make a decision.
Like
no, that's a decision.
Final.
You've made that decision, so like that. But no, I actually what I'll talk about is last time we spoke, or I think before that, I mentioned I've been playing Outlaws, and I just wasn't getting into it.
Yeah,
I got into it.
Oh, here it goes. So it's basically like what was that game that we both played that we didn't like, and then we both got too obsessed over?
Oh,
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Yeah. Oh my God, we got obsessed with that, didn't we? Like
we were both like, oh, I'm not so sure about this, but when you get into it, you're like, oh my God, this is just
look
addictive.
at my base.
I want to build stuff.
Yeah. No,
I need cobalt. I need so much cobalt.
I've just broken into an Imperial base and like stolen something, and like it was really cool, and I had to do it like all sneaky. But like I'm like, oh, this is good. Like it's fun. Like it's fun. I did a video a while ago. It was around the time that Andor was out, coming to an end, and I did a video on YouTube. I put a video up on you can check it out on my my other YouTube channel. I was like, I think the Force ruined Star Wars, and I don't mean that. I don't mean it's ruined Star Wars. The Force is what makes Star Wars Star Wars.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're just watching generic science fiction. And the Force is important, but what I don't like is, I think the Force has become a bit of a MacGuffin, and I think it's become
egregious use of the Force.
Yeah, egregious use of the Force, and I think it's made Force users kind of boring. Like when they can just pull out these magic powers out of their ass, and suddenly like, oh, Force healing, great. It's
most interesting Force user in most recent times has been Jude Law in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, because he was a Jedi and then went and became a pirate and only used it for bad things. And I like that, but not bad things.
He was a Padawan, wasn't he? He was a Padawan. Yeah, is that what it was? He was a Padawan that then got rescued by a pirate, and then
exactly. And that was interesting. But it's like, what we got so far. It used to be the Force was a mystical thing that sort of bound us together, and they could use it to sense things and maybe give themselves a little bit more of an advantage in a fight, or maybe trick people and stuff like that. And it was very subtle. It was very, and you had to be a master of it as well to be able to do things. It wasn't just a case of, but nowadays you've got like I remember like the prequels really started with the force speed. Remember that? We never saw it again.
Yeah, it was only that one scene, wasn't it? Just
yeah, force speed. I mean, like force push, force pull. I'm okay with that. Force lightning. I'm okay with that. And then like we come forward, and then suddenly you've got like force healing. Rise of Skywalker was really
high
bad for this.
jumping. Obnoxiously high jumping.
Yeah. Oh, obnoxious, very obnoxious and high jumping. Or force FaceTime. That really annoyed me in the sequels. Like, just
I actually quite liked that.
no, but like it was again, it was another like, oh, you're a force user. Now you can do this. Now you can save on long distance calls. Like
In the defense of that, though, Ryan Johnson didn't pull that out of his ass.
no, I mean it was
He did
hinted
take
at in
it
Empire
from-
Strikes Back. Like,
And also like as in force projection and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
He did get that from sort of official Star Wars documents.
Yeah, but the point,
Like,
but the
got
point
it
I'm
from
trying to
that.
make is like they've literally like people can just suddenly go like, to solve this problem, we will give them a force power. Yeah.
No,
that's-
I definitely get that. Force healing, I don't really like. I really don't like that.
Yeah. Force FedEx, I didn't like as well. Oh, you need this lightsaber? Let me pass it to you through the force. Like that was.
Yeah, I liked that.
It was a great scene. Like it was a great moment, but also it was like, this is ridiculous. So now I can pass physical objects like through. Like it was. Again, as I said, it was like, oh, we need something to get you out of this situation. Let's use the force and make up something. And like, that's the problem with the force, is that it's become this, we need to get out of this situation. Let's just use the force and make something up. Whereas I think the more interesting stuff recently has been when non-force users are living within the galaxy. So Andor is a prime example. No force users, absolutely brilliant show, right? And I even argue, like, even if you look at like the Clone Wars was more interesting when you looked at the clones, you know, like, and how what happened with the clones and stuff like that. Like and so what I'm doing is like I've played a lot of games where it's like you play as a Jedi or you play as a Sith, and it's like literally like Star Killer pulls as a Star Destroyer out of space. And you just go like, oh, this is cool. But then at the same time, you're like, ugh. So again, overpowered. But Outlaws, there's no force. You are like you're trying to survive in the Star Wars universe. And all you've really got is a cute little companion to help you. Like I like it. I've ended up really enjoying it because it's like I'm getting to experiencing the Star Wars world, but I'm seeing a different side of it. I'm not seeing the Coruscant and the whatever. You're seeing a dirtier side of it, and you're interacting with that.
What's the timeline of it? When's it set?
Oh, I can't remember, but it's during the time the Empire basically is.
It's during Empire times.
Yeah, during Empire times.
So original trilogy times.
Yeah. And like, you know, I'm working with like right now, Crimson Dawn love me. The Hutts are indifferent to me. The Pike Syndicate hate me, and I like that sort of dynamic as well, where you're trying to sort of you can choose whether you want to appease and whatever work with certain factions or not. I think it's actually better than I expected. And I've gotten into it a lot more than I expected as well. So no, well worth it. Love it.
All right. Okay. Very good. Very good.
What about you?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog recently. I don't know why. I downloaded Sonic Origins, and I've been able to actually complete Sonic 1. There's a version of this where you actually get infinite lives.
Yeah.
So like you're not going to be like restricted. Like you're going to be allowed to just like play it until you get to the end, and that's been fun. For some reason, I've learned how to play the final boss music from Sonic 2. Dear listeners, I tortured Rick with this before the podcast started. I was just like, Rick, look what I've done in the last 10 minutes.
I couldn't recognize it. It was annoying me, and it was just like so, I'm like so annoyed at myself. But you know what? In my defense, I prefer Sonic 3.
That's fine. That's fine. But the Sonic 2 music is probably the best music out of all of the games.
Yeah.
But another game that I just looked. I was looking at PlayStation Plus. I was looking at the PlayStation Store, and I'm like, I want to play a game. I want to play something on stream because I gave up on God of War: Sons of Sparta because I got to a boss that was just impossible, and it was just like, this game is no more. It's fun no more. It's dreadful. A game came across my screen and I thought, I have to play this. There has never been a game that a title has grabbed me so much. And that game is called Squirrel with a Gun. Guess what it's about?
Squirrel with a gun.
It is one of the best, stupidest things that I have ever.
Is this like the new Goat Simulator?
I said on stream, it actually reminded me a lot of Untitled Goose Game.
Yes. Oh my God, Untitled Goose Game. Oh, that was.
It's like that.
Basically, you just had to be an asshole as a goose. I love that game. Love that game.
There's an open world aspect where you've got to go and collect things in a very specific way. But yeah, you just happen to be a squirrel that has a gun. But what would you think if I was a squirrel holding a gun and I fired that gun? What do you think would be the biggest problem with that?
Recoil.
Exactly. Yes. So recoil is a thing. So if you're on a platform, like, you've got to be careful about how you take your shots. Another thing, though, if you need to get to a higher place, you can use the gun to jump higher. No. And if you've got an Uzi, you can jump really high.
Oh my God, I need this game. I need Squirrel with a gun. Must be made in America.
It's a great game. I mean, it's controlling a squirrel because they're quite fast, and so jumping on very specific platforms can be a bit tricky. You've got to really learn how to use controls because they're very sensitive, and especially if you land and you're still holding the stick in the direction, you'll land and just run off the edge really quickly. So you've got to basically have your thumb off the stick when you land so that you just land. Oh my God. So it's a challenging game. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it will make you laugh.
Oh, I need to play this now.
Again. Yeah, you do. I don't know if it's available on Xbox because you're an Xbox guy and I'm a PS5 guy. But
I'm a PC guy. I'm sure it'll be available on PC.
Oh, it's probably on Steam actually. Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah. So I think I'll be okay.
It definitely has indie game vibes to it.
Oh my God! But I love those stupid games though. Like, I say, Goat Simulator, Untitled Goose Game. But even Power Wash Simulator, why does that exist as a thing, and why do I love it so much?
And the trucker game, you've got to drive the truck and deliver goods.
These games are so stupid. They should not. Have you seen Lemmy playing the truck games? It's the greatest thing.
I haven't seen Lemmy. No, I haven't seen it. I'm sure he's hilarious doing it. Of course.
Oh, it's the greatest thing. Watch him play Truck Simulator. It's fantastic. I love that these games exist. There's no reason for them to exist, and it harks back to the and this is how old we are. When the NES, Super Nintendo, all of them, there wasn't such thing as a AAA game. There were games that were more famous and stuff like that, so Mario and Sonic and so on and so forth. But then there was also 300 other games, and they were weird.
Kirby, for instance, was a weird game.
Yeah.
Kirby was a very weird game. You just
Battletoads.
eat things. And Battletoads, Battletoads, that's one for sure.
And this carried on all the way through to PS2. I actually argue as well. PS2 was the last console where I think they had all of these weird games. After PS2, suddenly it was everyone put all the money into AAA games and the big hitter games. And so it's nice. I think it's nice now that we're back to a stage. We seem to be back at a stage now where we have games like this being made. Stardew Valley is an example as well. Huge game that was actually it's an indie game.
Or Super Meat Boy. That's another one of those unusual fever dream ideas,
But even there's a few games I'm playing that I love to go back and play, Surviving Mars as well. Is another one indie, really cool. Frontier Games do like the Jurassic World ones. They've got the IP for it, but again, it's created by a smaller studio and it's quite fun. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad that we've bucked the trend of everything has to be Call of Duty or FIFA.
Yeah, absolutely. Or Bloodborne, like Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong. Like we still have League of Legends and Fortnite, but even Fortnite seems to have died down a lot, hasn't it? Like,
yeah, I know some people who very much like loved Fortnite, played it all the time. They would stream it all the time, and then they just stopped. There was no. Like interest didn't die down; it just stopped.
Yeah, like
you
really
haven't played Fortnite in a while. Yeah, I don't know, just stopped.
Yeah. Like Among Us. Do you remember that? Do you remember Among Us?
Oh Christ! Yeah. Well, Among Us was a COVID fad. Everyone was at home, and it was very much a COVID thing. That's my thought on that.
I remember us playing on stream with other streamers.
I remember like the lengths that everyone went when they were hosting an Among Us stream, and then you'd be in the Discord chat, and there'd be like a mod who knew who to mute at the right times, and then it was an absolute crazy time.
I know, like we were all so into it back in those days. Do you know what's going to be weird? Like when we're old enough. Like I'm gonna get this. Like I'm gonna get this for sure. Like my kids gonna say, like, Dad, we were learning about the pandemic in school. What was that like? What did you do? And I'm gonna be like, oh, I became a functioning alcoholic and I played Among Us. Like, like I got overly attached to a digital horse and cried when it died.
But no, with one of your kids, you could be like, well, you were conceived. So you wouldn't exist were it not for
goddamn pandemic.
But no, my fondest memory of Among Us during the pandemic was there'd been Twinge, our good friend Matt Hoss organized like a comedy festival on Twitch, and but what it drew was these bots. They drew all these bots to Twitch chat, and they were all called like Hossbot 3312 or something like that. And Matt Hoss was hosting an Among Us game on his stream, and he didn't know we all changed our name to Hossbot.
Yes,
and different numbers. And the poor guy, I think, nearly had a breakdown.
Oh, good times.
We were so cruel.
We were. We still are.
Yeah,
this is why no one talks to us anymore, by the way. Like, you know that. Like,
he raids me on occasion. Me on occasion. Okay. He played my first comedy club night.
Oh.
He was the opening act for my comedy club. He was the opening act.
There you go.
He hasn't played it since. So I'm joking. He would have played it again if it was still running. So
amazing. I've got one more thing I just want to talk about before.
Okay, what's that?
One last thing that I've been watching, and highly recommend. If you long-time listeners to the podcast know it already, and you have to people, but I'm been watching For All Mankind, latest season for All Mankind.
Yeah. It's been good.
Phenomenal show. Like, it just continues to be a phenomenal show, and I don't understand how it just, like, this season again has just raised the stakes, raised the story, made it more interesting. They finally killed Joel Kinnaman's character, even though he's existed since the 60s, and now we're at 2012. He's finally dead. Yeah.
Is this the alternate future one?
Yeah. So the alternate future, where like the
Russia went to space first.
But
right, okay.
It's really interesting. It's really I'm loving what they're doing right now, because now we are like really far beyond, like they're pretty much almost at present day. So it's quite interesting seeing like the technology is very much much more familiar now, and yeah, so it's really interesting seeing how it's all playing out and how they're doing. And I was worried, like, yeah, they've as I said, sorry, I should have said spoilers if you are watching it, but you know, they've killed like the main character, the character that like, he was one of the first ones we saw on the screen, and literally has every major incident has been around him through all the seasons, now gone. And I'll be honest with you, like, they handled it really well. They did it really, really well. But like now moving forward, I'm like, I have no fear for the show. I don't think it's going to weaken the show. I think they've done enough to be like, we have good enough characters to take this on, to continue this, which I'm very, very excited for. So like, you know, his grandson is now going to be a big one, and the grandson was born on Mars, which is like really, really cool. And there's a whole thing going. It's interesting, like being in this day and age where like people's jobs are getting replaced by AI, and there's a big fear about even in our space, in creativity, like in the creative space, it's terrifying. AI is terrifying. So
music as well. Music, it's actually the scariest part for me.
Exactly.
The AI music is I hate it.
Oh, it's terrible. But the point is like there's a lot of fear around AI and what it's being used for. And like I'm going to put this out here. AI, if it's being used as a tool for certain things, I totally get it. Like, but it's not. It's being used to create stuff, which is like, and bad stuff. Like, it's not creating stuff that's good. And also it's an Ouroboros. It's going to eat itself. It's a snake eating itself in the end. Like, it's trained on internet information, stuff that's on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
If all the stuff that's on the internet becomes just AI, then it's just going to...
snake eating itself.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Ouroboros.
There's a storyline going on about sort of replacement of people. And it's really sort of... it ties into what's happening now, and again, really, really well done. So yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, people, please watch For All Mankind. It's again Ron D. Moore behind it, and I've said many times on social media, Paramount should sell Star Trek to Apple and let Apple do, because Apple's sci-fi is just phenomenal, between For All Mankind and Silo,
and Ted Lasso,
all of it.
Great sci-fi Ted Lasso.
But they have got Foundation as well. They've got some fantastic sci-fi on that, and I think they could do, like, I think they would do. I think Star Trek would have a good home on Apple.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, so make it happen, Paramount. Sell it. Just sell it. You've not done a good job with it recently, so sell it.
Yeah. No.
Anything else?
No, I think we're done.
Well, fine then. I'll play the outro music and just say.
I think I've had enough for you for this amount of time. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. If you've enjoyed it, if you've been watching on YouTube, go give us a like and subscribe to the channel. That would be nice. It'd be nice if we could get this channel to partner program as well. So
that would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Make it happen. Admittedly, we need to put more content on here as well. So that
probably more regularly.
Yeah, that's kind of on us. But yeah, if you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd be amazing. Also, you can go check out all of our other stuff. You can check them out on Twitch. Check out my other channel as well. It's just my name. Put links to it in the description. If you're listening on an audio, again, whatever app you're listening to, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment, leave a review if you can on that app. Again, all of this stuff helps us get more listeners, more viewers, and ultimately more attention, which is what we need. So, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back hopefully in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about more things that we have watched.
You will have watched Daredevil, and it'll be over.
And I'll continue watching more until it starts. So, all of that to come on the next show. Thank you very much, folks, and talk to you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.